Hi, it's October, and that means it's the season for art challenges again. My table is a bit of a mess right now because I've been deep into the Peachtober challenge, and well, I have a full-time job as well, so here's all the messy clutter that you can see. And so yeah, this clutter is my reality, but honestly, I kind of like it. It's a little chaotic, a little lived in. I even found this tiny winged seedling on my walking path the other day and thought, why not use it for some observation drawing paintings? I haven't done that yet, but maybe sometime in the future I'll do it. And probably it's now time for a nice transition, a bit of desk cleanup, so I can just record this video and share how the challenge is going. Today's mid-challenge check-in is day 15 and I want to show all the progress so far and then move on to painting the 15th piece, which is the aquarium prompt. Going into Peachtober, my aim was to paint something simple and something cute for my artworks. Let's talk about the first painting I did for this challenge. This was the cutest one of all, simple, sweet and completely chill. My goal was to paint something easy, adorable and whimsical, and I think I really captured that. It is this tiny squirrel eating an acorn. Next up, it was the kite prompt. At first I thought of a bird kite, but then I shifted to the idea of flying and I remembered Icarus, the person who flew too close to the sun. So I painted this figure falling, wings melting like molten wax. So I had a mixed feeling about having feathers or like wax texture for the wings. So it's somewhere in between. And I don't mind that at all because I got the chance to use my favorite color, yellow ochre. The third prompt was slug. Honestly, slugs creep me out a little, but I wanted to make it cute. So I simplified it, gave it soft little details, and it turned out charmingly odd. It's one of those pieces where the concept felt weird, but the outcome ended up being surprisingly satisfying. For the fourth prompt, the original idea was to paint a picnic spread or something related to a table with a tablecloth on it. But that day was a little hectic, so instead of overthinking, I went with something small and therapeutic. So I just drew the gingham pattern all over and added tiny fishes in the alternate squares. The day 5's prompt was poppy flowers. I initially considered a stylized approach, but when I decided to paint on that day, I ended up painting poppy fields. At first it didn't seem like much, but now when I look at this spread, it adds a lot more color and energy and it looks better now. It's interesting that like most of the ideas that I had sketched out before starting this challenge, I have changed them and adapted to a new idea and worked them out for the challenge. Day 6 was ring. I played around with the concept and decided to illustrate a cozy bedroom scene with the person asleep with the various objects that come to my mind when I see the word ring scattered on the left side. I am really proud of this one because it felt complete and intentional. And it's like a good balance of cute, simple with some hint of details. Like it's not the most detailed artwork, but it's still detailed enough. So for day 7, I drew some strawberries and I painted a small tortoise who was munching on these strawberries. The strawberries are actually pretty huge, and this type of painting sketch design is actually pretty different from the other sketches that I've done because they don't conform to my idea of like what looks cute, and I don't think this tortoise looks cute, maybe because of the blush that I didn't apply it, but still I like it. It's different from the rest. For day 8, the prompt is leaf, and actually this is the only painting that I've done on the actual sketch. And yeah, I've been like following other people's artwork during Peachtober. Like they've been so creative and especially they've been very saturated in nature. So for this leaf prompt, I wanted to create something very saturated. So it was fun to use all these colors and really let them shine. For the ninth prompt, it was rope. I initially did a line drawing of a person climbing a mountain, which I thought looked cool. So I erased it and drew it like 2 times actually before doing this. And then I wanted to lightly erase the sketch so that it doesn't show through, but then I painted over it. I don't know why. So the line drawing ended up being a little disproportionate. It was frustrating at the time, but I also realized that mistakes are part of the process and it's okay, things aren't perfect. And speaking of imperfections and being okay with it, I was clearly not okay with prompt 10, that was critter, and I wanted to paint this cute little porcupine, but as I was drawing it, it started to look more like a bear with needles sticking out of it, so that was weird. So I painted a porcupine on another page and I stuck it over the entire drawing. Well, that's improvisation for you. So going with the theme of painting something cute, I stuck with cute animal paintings for prompt 11 and 12, which was a seagull and a dog barking for the prompt buck. For prompt 13, which was marble, I initially considered painting literal marbles, like the plain ones, but then I remembered the Taj Mahal and I decided that I should do a silhouette of this nice heritage structure. I was pretty inspired by Monet, but there are some water blooms here, maybe because what Monet achieved was with oil paints and pastels. This turned out okay, maybe I'll improve on something like this, but this gave me a nice little idea for future artworks. For prompt 14, it was brush, and I wanted to paint a girl brushing her teeth, and I wanted to paint a little bathroom scene. A few months ago, if you would have asked me if I would be able to make something like this, I would have said no, not in the wildest dreams, but the last time I did this was the World Watercolor Challenge in July, which actually helped me to do some detailed drawings and detailed paintings in tiny so that I could scale up and be able to do some nice artworks that have like cluttered spaces in it, even though this is not cluttered at all, but yeah. This was actually fun and I am really proud of making such an artwork. Finally, for day 15, because there are so many borders all around all the sketches in this page, I thought maybe I can just change the frame of my artwork of my subject. So I wanted to paint a little boy looking up at a floor to ceiling aquarium, looking through the glass into the wildest of animals, sea animals that one can find. I wanted this painting to look like or to have the feel of this old newspaper illustration vibe, which is like bright but mute, but bright still, like some kind of a print on a textured paper. I hope you get what I mean, but yeah, something that reminds me of an old print from a newspaper ages back. Mostly for the drawing part, I just added some of the sea animals, sea creatures that I know how to draw, and I added some octopus, some seahorses, some jellyfish, some mantis reef, and some silhouettes of fishes and turtles. So yeah, each animal was pretty simplified and recognizable, which was good, like a good practice for me. Also, I think I would like to practice more of painting simplified sea creatures and just simplifying shapes and for sea creatures. So let me know, maybe if you guys want, I can put up short stories or short YouTube shorts about it, and yeah, let me know if you'd like to see that. So Peachtober has been really exciting in a way that like all the communities there, a lot of people are participating in Peachtober, and it's so nice to see so much different artwork that like stands out from one another but still looks so cool together. And even people are very creative, which if you look creative things, I believe you start pushing your own boundaries and you try to think out of the box and you try to create and you try to be more creative in the way you paint or look at some artwork or in the way you approach your artwork. So I actually love how the challenge has pushed me to experiment with style and scale and saturation. This has become a creative workout for me. It reminds me that my sketchbook is a playground. I can test ideas, make mistakes, and still have the page feel cohesive and complete at the same time. Also, I have realized that I don't need to paint perfectly in one sitting and even post it immediately, because all that matters is consistency, curiosity, and enjoying the process. So, like in my previous challenge, I realized that I was painting almost every day and only skipped like 3 days, and I caught up with them and I finished the watercolor challenge, World Watercolor Month challenge on time. So which was great, but there I was painting very tiny, so things were taking a lot less time and I wasn't really thinking about posting process videos or reels on Insta or shorts on YouTube. So this time it's been difficult to juggle through all this, and the painting size has increased, so that is taking a lot of time. But actually I am just painting and I've skipped a few days, but I've done 2-3 paintings in a single day when I have time. So all in all, it's been going good and I would like to finish this challenge on time, but let's see how it goes. Also, the most recent updates you can find on Instagram and you can follow me there. I'll try to post on YouTube community posts, but I don't think they are suggested as often to the community as they should have been. But yeah, and maybe by the end of the series I'll post a recap or like a short tour of all the artworks that I created. But let's see, that's something for later. And yeah, I'm glad you're still here listening to me talking about this challenge. So I hope you guys are having a nice day and see you soon with the next video.